alive until yesterday lunchtime. So she had a quick look round the course yesterday. So Nick Faldo designed this golf course, Sophie. He was talking about the importance of giving yourself the right angles into the green.
Yeah, Mr. Course Management, Nick Faldo. Most of the courses that he designs, you have to think your way around and have very strong bunkering. So it's generous off the tee, the Faldo course. But for instance, on this 10th hole, you need to hit the right side of the fairway to give yourself a good look at the green.
So this is where Charlie Hull's tee shot finished.
Now I think you're going to see more of this at night, that the misreads, hitting it a bit firm. The floodlights make it so hard to judge. You can't see the grain, which is so obvious in the day on the Faldo course. Pace of the greens, the temperatures dropping. Judgment will be difficult out there.
Well, here's Minjee, who's going as well as anyone out there. This is at the 12th hole. Trying to pick up another shot here, the Chinese player. Decent chance missed. Known as Lily, that's what all the players call her. Been a regular in Dubai, hasn't she, over the years, even though she's still very young.
Any chance you get an invitation to come to Dubai, as a golf pro, you take it. It is one of the most fabulous places to practice and play your golf.
I mean, that city skyline has changed a lot over the years. I first came here back in the late 1990s. Of course, the European Tour first came here in the late 1980s. Charlie Hull wasn't even born. Good save. Yeah, she had an interesting start, Charlie Hull, starting at the 17th. She had 3 birdies and 2 bogeys in her first 6 holes.
Yeah, it's up and down, but I think it's going to be hard. You're starting in pure daylight at 4:30, and then it starts to get dark. So by 6 p.m. it is pitch black, and actually playing in the dusk, I think's a difficult thing to get your head around, that change in light. It's not something we're used to as players.
So that missed putt we saw from Minjee was obviously at the 11th, because this is the par 3 12. There is a car behind her, but it's not a hole-in-one prize. There are hole-in-one prizes though at the 8th and 17th.
She's playing 147 yards today, but to carry on to that front right part of the green is 142. So she's just come out of that, which means she's 5 or 6 yards short. But she'll be chipping back up the green. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, just to remind you, the professionals are playing single. They're playing on their own. They haven't got any other professionals in the group. There's 3 amateurs as well in the format. First couple of days. And there's a Pro-Am team event that's going on as well. Well, Laura Funchtuk, I'm sure, is in her hotel bedroom right now, because they're not allowed out of the bedroom once they get to the hotel. Watching the coverage, no doubt, and happy with her day's work. Superb work it was as well. 67. Former world #1, a major champion though, Lydia Ko, right in behind her. Defending champion Nuria Iturrez is there, and we haven't spoken really about Alison Muirhead. She lives off the 11th fairway on the Majlis course, the Dubai-based Scot, with a 69 that was full of ups.
Course. 2 under par, she's through her 7 holes. Here's Minjee Lee. Her approach into the par 5, 10th. World #9, still without a major win, sure to be coming very, very soon. Let's get back out to Dubai.
was Charlie Hull on the 9th. She'd have laid up off the tee, anything about just over 200 yards off the tee.
I mean, it does look spectacular, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, how often do you pick a line at the metro station?
Good looking shot.
She won't be able to see that finish just because of the floodlights also. I think that's a real difficult bit of the night golf. You can see the ball set off, but when it lands on the greens, because the light's shining on them, you'll see a lot of the players asking their caddy, was that good or not?
Well, here's Dame Laura Davis, who she made a cut, didn't she, at the KPMG Women's PGA a month ago. She's fighting hard. I mean, she's 2 over par with an 8 on the card. I said to her today, after not feeling well yesterday, she's going to hold some putts. She kind of laughed because she doesn't hold putts generally these days, but she's hold one there.
Well, Laura says that she struggles to read greens. Well, everyone's going to be struggling tonight, so she's got an equal playing field.
Quadruple. I mean, we know that we were talking about Alison Muir with the 7 at 7. She had an 8 at 7. I assume she's played with the water a little bit. There's the top of the Race to Costa del Sol rankings. Of course, Laura won it as a rookie, as did Esther Hensonide, of course, last year. Alice Hewson is the figure on there that could do that. Of course, she won just before lockdown.
Yeah, can you imagine winning your first event as a rookie, turns up, wins in South Africa, thinks, wow, this game's easy, and then the whole world stopped and she had to sit on being a winner for all those months. It must have been very strange for her.
Well, she's had some strange wins. So she won, as you say, on her first Ladies European Tour start, lockdown, went home, and then at the Rose Ladies Series, she won the final event at Wentworth, but she won it through 36 holes because the tournament had to be abandoned because of a forest fire.
Yeah, I can't wait to read her book.
What a first year as a pro.
The life as a rookie is going to be a great book.
Although we should mention Stephanie Kiriaku's making it a really good Rookie of the Year race as well. She's been mega consistent, of course, won as an amateur early this year in her homeland of Australia.
Yeah, I really like her as a player. She's got a compact swing. Has her dad caddying for her. They've been out of Australia all year. So what a year to be away from home. She's been over in Greece and Cyprus, over that way with the golf courses being open, so she's had to have a bit of practice there. But yeah, great swing of the golf club.
Kiriaku, you'd noticed her dad's got Cypriot background, so that's why they've probably been out there that way, visiting a bit of family. Celine Erban, a runner-up in her national championship, the ladies Lacoste Open de France, which was the last event played about 4 weeks ago on the Ladies European Tour. So this birdie putt at 9 for Charlie Hull. Top 10 at that Women's PGA, last major of the year. Good to see her showing some form. She'll be looking at the likes of Georgia Hall and Mel Reid winning in recent weeks on the LPGA Tour, and of course she's done that already as well, but she'd love to win again.
Oh, she certainly would. I thought she was going to win the CME last year until that final putt as well. I think Charlie plays well on really difficult golf courses, so KPMG, looking at Opens, US Opens. She's a quality player, and the harder the golf course, the better she seems to play.
Now, she did stop on the rake, so she got the free drop. It's been that. Is she better off in the bunker or where she is right now? Because looks to be on a little bit of a downslope.
She's got about 20 yards to carry that bunker, so I would prefer to be where she is at the moment, because trying to hit that 30-40 yard bunker shot is not great. The only thing that she's got to worry about is there's only about 5 yards between the green and where the flag is. So this ball's going to come out a touch lower.
Played it beautifully. I mean, the up and down she made at the postage stamp at Troon. Now that was really hard. That was difficult, but compared to that was a piece of cake.
I mean, how do you put spin on it off a downhill lie? You're going to have to teach me that one, Minjee.
She's had a good season. Her brother, of course, won on the European Tour at the ISPS Hand of Vic Open earlier this year. His European Tour breakthrough.
Both got their maiden tour victories at the same event.
Ball flag and then green, yeah.
But same event.
Yeah, Minjee won it as an amateur. It's good to see some youngsters out there. Apologies for a little bit of breakup.
Oh, I recognise that ladies team. That's the Amiga ladies team out of the Emirates Golf Club. They've supported this event every year. They play in the Pro-Am, the ladies from Emirates Golf Club. They'll be gutted that you won't be allowed to socialise after, I can assure you, Richard.
Yeah, of course, home to the Burj Dubai. I mean, it's a big week as well, this Omega Dubai Moonlight Classic, because sport's an integral part, and this is the return of international sport this week. In Dubai, of course, various cancellations, postponements because of COVID-19. So this is a kind of a landmark week, a landmark tournament for the country and for the city.
It's a big step forward for them to have so many people from so many different countries. We all feel very safe here with everything that's going on, and it's a privilege that they've given it to the women's game. It's in our hands, and I'm sure these players will put on a great show.
Finished second here in 2016. Of course, that was on the Majlis course where they play the Dubai Desert Classic every year. When it switched to the day-night, of course, with this course being under floodlights, switched to the Faudo course. And we mentioned the COVID test. Of course, Charlie had that at the ANA Inspiration, didn't she? And she ended up in a hotel room for a couple of weeks there in America.
Yeah, Charlie locked down in a hotel room, not playing golf. I think that's the longest time Charlie Hull has ever gone without. I wouldn't say she didn't pick up the golf club. I'm pretty sure she would have done, but.
Well, she was saying at the Scottish Open that she found it hard just being in the hotel. She was having to do laps around the room there. She's a busy person, isn't she? Beautifully done from Minjee. So after that run of 3 bogeys in a row, she bounces back with an up and down to remember birdie at the par 5 10th. Another interesting aspect as well, Sophie, of this week, as if there wasn't enough, is the players are doing their own scoring. So the scoring that we see on our leaderboard is from the players. So you might have noticed Minjee, we saw her at the 12th, and when we saw the leaderboard, she was through 7 holes. They're all given mobile phones, aren't they?
Yeah, it's funny because when you ask a player, oh, would you like to do a mobile phone or put it on the scorecard, they're always saying, oh, definitely scorecard. But trust me, these players never have their mobile out of their hands. So it amazes me that they're not putting their scores in, because whenever you try and speak to them, they're always on social media. It's different. Everything about this event is different, and it's up to the players to accept it and get used to it. And let's hope they start putting those scores in for our benefit as well as you guys at home.
Well, Charlie Hull now at that par 5 10th. Remember, she started at the 18th hole, so she's actually 10 holes through this opening round at 1 under par. And if you're under par, Sophie, at the end of today, you're going to be very nicely placed.
You certainly are. Looks to have lost that to the right.
The Lala Merriam Cup. It was 6 years ago. She won in Abu Dhabi at the start of last season. She was the youngest rookie of the year, but she's been usurped now by Julia Engstrom. When she came on, it was second place after second place, wasn't it? I think she had 5 in a row at one point in her rookie year in 2013.
The consistency was just incredible. She came out there and took the tour by storm those first couple of years.
It's hard to believe, isn't she? She's 24. She's had 4 Solheim Cup appearances.
I know, and I know a lot about Charlie. I don't need to do too much research on her, but when I saw 4 Solheim Cups, incredible. I mean, when she beat Paula Creamer and asked her to sign the golf ball, that was just brilliant.
Yeah, she was terrific, Glen Eagles. 2 wins, 2 halves. A really good partnership with Atha Munoz. So, Minjee Lee off to the par 4 11th.
Slight dogleg right to left. There's a bunker that you can just aim at on the right half. It's great how you can see the ball flight as it leaves the club face.
Jesus. She actually, I mean, you say about the players struggling to see. She actually went, obviously, to the Olympics in 2016, and it wasn't until she was having her eyes tested because of the Olympics and all the medicals they had to go through that she realised she had bad eyes, and she actually failed her eye test. She wears contacts now. She hasn't held another, has she? I told her she was going to hold putts today.
You need to get a yellow ball and play in the dark.
What a
She's
fight
been doing
back
it wrong
this
all
is.
these years, Richard. If only she knew.
1 over par now, with a quadruple on the card. I hope she's feeling good. As I say, yesterday she had to call it a day pretty early, which is very unlike 57 now. Laura Davies, incredible. She's making cuts at majors, and she was last out in the last group on Sunday at the KPMG. Unfortunately, that didn't mean she was top of the leaderboard, because it was all a bit strange. They had to have 6 groups out after the leaders, didn't they?
Yeah, when she made the cut, everybody WhatsApping each other going, do you see Laura's made the cut? Like, we all still look out for her. She's our hero for most of the English girls.
Well, we talked about Charlie Hull and her early Solheim Cup experience. Of course, it was a very interesting one for Alison Lee, wasn't it?
Played in the same group as Charlie when the was it a give me or was it
Gimme
not?
Gate, yeah.
Yeah. I think that affected Alison. She had such a great rookie year, and you forget she was only at college when all this happened.
Yeah, she was 19.
Yeah, and basically she thought that Suzanne or Charlie had said, yeah, that's good, pick it up. She picked the ball up on the 17th, and then Suzanne said, actually, I didn't give you that. And it was all he said, she said. It was tough, and I think it affected Alison a lot. And obviously, it certainly affected the Americans, because they played rather well after that.
Yeah, she struggled to keep her playing privileges the last few years on the LPGA Tour, Alison Lee. But I think Suzanne Pedersen now will be remembered for something else with the Solheim Cup after what happened last year.
The best putt I have ever seen. And the best celebration, by the way.
Yeah, we saw her out yesterday, Alison Lee, with Bronte Law, one of her best friends on tour. Bronte with a round of 70, one of those that, just 7 of them actually, from the daytime wave that went out. Got some big bunkers here, haven't they?
Yeah, the waist bunkers, they're called wadi, which is valley in Arabic. So the Faldo course used to be called the Wadi course. When I first came to Dubai, that was its name, and then it got redesigned by Sir Nick Faldo. So she'll be able to ground her club there, and you can see there's lots of footprints as well.
But she's a long way.
Lads, was it right or left of this?
Oh, so she can't find her ball.
Oh, was that not her ball there in the wasteland that we saw then?
She's looking for somebody's.
Where is it?
When you've got a pro-am like this and it's dark, it's not easy to find all the golf balls, is it?
Too short,
one of the best out there this evening, or tonight, is Celine Boutier. Out in 33, up and down to get within one of the lead. We're up and in. Give her that one.
Yeah, very much so. She is deadly with the putter. I almost said this is an eagle opportunity. You're coming back up the hill, bit of right to left and into the grain.
Smart card from her so far. That is a 4th unanswered birdie of this opening round. 4 under par. Currently tied for 2nd with Lydia Ko.
Minjee with her 2nd to 11. Now you need to be careful here. There is water left. Can't miss left of this flag. Safely on there. I think it's one of the hardest greens and approach shot. And you have to play in the dark.
Well,
maybe you're better off turning the lights off on this one.
It's not really dark. Bronte Law, when I spoke to her after, she actually said she has played in the dark before, complete dark, but with those glow balls. Now that actually is playing in the complete dark. I mean, this is a really well lit golf course.
Yeah, it is. It's really well lit, and you have to be severely offline to lose a ball, which
I think Charlie's done here.
I think so.
But I said forget about it.
We have, I know,
Yeah. Should we ask for a ruling?
You want to ask for
I don't think so, because I've said forget about it, so I think...
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I got the feeling they
How
found
do you
her
got a
ball.
ruling, for sure?
Have you got a radio?
I think they found her ball, but she's already kind of declared
Rob, do
it
you have a
lost.
radio?
Is that the point? I'm guessing.
Yeah, but you can't declare a ball lost.
It's definitely ours,
It's
right, with the
found
black
within
line
the
on it?
3 minutes.
I mean, we've
it's
taken
in
on play, we've got to go back
So
best, right?
that's a decision that the referee will ask. How many minutes has it been? You can't just say, oh, don't look for it.
But she said forget about it. She said that's it.
That doesn't matter. If it's within the 3 minutes, it's in play.
Yeah, that is mine, and you can hit at it, but...
And you can hit it.
So you're saying she's saying she can hit it. So you're saying under the laws, she can now. If you got it right, the ref should be able to say she can go and play it.
Do I need to call it
But
over?
I think,
It's
yeah,
all
I'm
about
not 100%
the
sure of the
timing.
rule, because I mean, we did say
Obviously,
we
we
might
used
go
5
back,
minutes.
maybe we should go back.
Now we
But
have
if
3.
it wasn't within the 3 minutes, so that's just make sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Adam Wood would caddy there.
Do I need to call one on my phone?
The referee's got the phone,
Will it be on the email, do you think? What email do you think it'll be on?
No idea.
Now, at the Rose Ladies series, the players had to ring a referee, and Charlie rang the referee, and
No one has
they
it.
didn't answer, so she had to leave him a voicemail, which
Can
I
you-
thought
can
was
you
quite
phone-
funny, getting a voicemail from Charlie Hull.
Can you phone a friend instead? Instead of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's kind of Who Wants to Be the Mega Dubai
Here we go, you can just contact us.
Moonlight Classic champion. So while Charlie phones a ref, top 10 she is right now. She's 4 shots off the lead, but you can see the name of Celine Boutier, one of those stars of last year's.
Scout to Dubai, and Charlie Hull. She's found her ball on the 10th. Tough shot for Charlie. Side hill stance. She's going to possibly have to look for that as well. Found a ball just within the 3 minutes. But will do well to escape with a par here for Charlie. 2 wins on the LET for Charlie Hull, her last one coming back in 2016. Playing predominantly on the LPGA Tour though, since a regular on the LPGA Tour. Minjee Lee
Excuse me, please.
looking at birdie here on the 11th.
You're going to have to back up
Yeah.
a little bit here. Just to see the ball.
Okay, so shot 3. You can see the ball actually, so it looks a decent lie.
It'd be impressive if she could get it on the green though. That's a long way in from there.
Well, she's back in play.
Yeah, she had about 180 yards to the front of the green there, so wasn't going to get there.
She gets a par out of this.
Be like her hero Sevi.
Only player in the field in the world's top 10. World number 9 now, Minjee Lee. She has been as high as 2nd. Oh, just about goes in. Some cheers from her pro-am partners. No crowds allowed in.
Oh, those ladies will make the noise, don't worry, Richard.
It's like having spectators inside the ropes this week instead of outside, isn't it?
They'll be supporting Minjee Lee all the way.
Yeah, Charlie 28th in the world right now, the highest ranked Brit. Started with those 3 birdies, 2 bogeys early on. And as you can see, she's had a few ups and downs on this hole alone.
Back onto the 12th green, par 3. Nicely done.
One of those also in the red figures under par, Alison Lee. Not sure if that was for birdie or par. So, here goes shot 4 for Charlie Hull.
I don't know if you could see there that her caddy Adam, he had a laser. So that's another new thing to this event. Players can use lasers. So not only have you got the yardage book, you've got your rangefinder also. I think players will use their yardage book and then the caddies will just check it again. We're so used to playing with yardage books in tournaments that, you know, Charlie's going to want to know here what it is to the pin, but what it is to carry it onto the green. So it's not just one number, she needs to know a couple of them, especially when she's only got a wedge in her hand.
Well, that left to try and save par for Charlie Hull. She's facing a 3rd bogey of this round. But I'll tell you what, considering she was going to go back and play 3 off the tee, it's even a 6 wouldn't be such a bad result.
.147 yards to the hole on the right-hand side. Carry the bunker. You won't be able to see it land though on this right edge. But she'll be happy when she walks up there. As I was saying before, 148 yards, 8-iron, 7-iron for most players. The hole location on the right is certainly the hardest part. It's a tiered green, so the hole at the moment is on the high point of the green.
So back to the dame who's Shown plenty of game, hasn't she, so far in this opening round? Short par 4, 13th, and another birdie opportunity coming up.
Oh, now that's a brave shot. Playing with the water there, but it leaves you the best putt straight back up the hill into the grain. It's the best side to leave yourself on the 11th, but it's the brave shot in to give you that putt.
Yeah, some interesting scores out there. Let's concentrate on this left or rider for Charlie Hull, and she's left it short. Well, it's going to be a bogey, but messing around in the long grass down the right side of this par 5 means it's a 6. Now, obviously, we say the players are inputting their own scores, so we assume they've got it right. Emily Pedersen, the number 1 on the race to Costa del Sol, has had a 9 and 2 7s on her card so far. She is 7 over par. She had a... Oh no, she's not. Sorry, someone's put in 9 for her back 9. So she's had 2 7s and 3 bogeys on her card and is 7 over par. Bit of a surprise to see a player who's hardly been out of the top 15 since the resumption of play. And of course, won in the Czech Republic, lost in the playoff in the Ladies Scottish Open to be equal last right now on the leaderboard.
Well, I watched her yesterday and she was swinging it very good, but openly admitted that she struggled at night seeing the golf ball. But that's a big struggle. Even I'm surprised she's that many over par.
Yeah, so not everyone, as we're seeing the players on the first page there, enjoying themselves. Of course, Charlie Hull no longer at 1 under par. She'll slip back to
The birdie putt on 11 coming up to join Laura Fumpsuk at the top of the leaderboard. Minjee, the world number 9, has got this for birdie to get to level par.
a little annoying, isn't it, when you arrive and your clubs don't, which happened to Minjee early this week. As long as they do arrive in time, though, I suppose it's all well that end well. Now, can she hold another? What do you reckon?
Come on, Damo. On the 13th. It's a good leave, actually. Straight back up the hill.
Oh, she thought she was on the walk, Christy Kerr style there.
Kevin Na.
You're going Kevin Na, fair enough.
You can go. I think she'd prefer me to say Kevin Na.
Yeah.
But that's showing confidence, isn't it, that she's walking after putt. She's obviously rolling the ball well.
I should do her team talk before every round, really.
That's what she needs to be like. It needs to be, I put a good stroke on that, can't believe that missed, instead of, I'm not a very good putter. It's very much a mentality thing with Laura.
Yeah, because she said at the Women's PGA, I haven't been able to buy a putt for months and years. She feels like she's playing tee to green as good as she needs to be to compete.
Straight back up the hill, birdie putt on 11 for Boutier.
Not to be this time for the French player. It really is wonderful to see this setting. Of course, the fact that they're playing with amateurs means, in terms of our coverage, maybe not seeing as many players as we would normally, because they'd be in 3 balls or 2 balls, of course. But that will change, of course. So I was about to say Sunday. Friday is the final round. Now here is Emily Pedersen. It's been an amazing year for her after really a couple of years of struggles. Well, that should be a birdie. You know, there's a lot of important points coming up for her over the next few weeks as well. Obviously, she wants to win the race to the Costa del Sol. She's also in prime position to get in the Solheim Cup, and of course the qualification has changed, hasn't it, over the last month. The announcement that there's only going to be 2 players coming off the Ladies European Tour Order of Merit instead of 3. There's going to be 6 captains' picks for Katrina Matthew. I hope is watching and feeling good back in her hotel room right now.
Things will have to change for, you know, the next Ryder Cup, the next Solheim Cup pick.
But they have changed for the Europeans. At the moment, the Americans haven't changed their qualification.
The LPGA is in a pretty strong position. The events that they lost in Asia, they got some drive-on events back in. I understand only having 2 LET players or from the rankings, but it has to go back to 3, please, because we need to keep the strength and we need to keep the players wanting to come back and play over here.
Yeah, I'm sure it will change. This was purely because of the situation that was determined on the captain and the unfortunate lack of events that the Ladies European Tour have had over the qualification process.
Alison Lee is a long hitter. I'm sure she would have gone for this green. It's a great touch. It's only 270 yards to the front edge of this drivable par 4. It is well surrounded by the bunkers, as you can see. Alison Lee had to face that shot. You can see there, that's Peter Finch, the YouTuber. He's out here playing in the event, kind of as an amateur, even though he's a pro, so I'm sure he'll be playing off scratch. I wonder if Alison Lee is hitting it past him off the tee.
Yeah, it's incredible. Some of the amount of hits someone like Peter gets on YouTube.
Yeah, he's over 300,000 subscribers now. Brings a new type of golfer to the game, so for me, I'm all for it.
And I reckon this kind of format as well, some of the players have been talking, also would attract a different audience as well to watching golf, watching it under the lights in such a dramatic setting like this.
Straight at it, but the wrong club there from Hull. That's going to be a tough 2-putt across the slope. Yeah, it will. I mean, a lot of people do come to visit Dubai on holiday. They come and play golf, and I think night golf is for the new to the game, or for something a bit different. It can get obviously really hot here in the day, so to go out for 9 holes, socialise. I've done it a few times, and it's a great experience.
You've done it after missing the cut, haven't you, at the
Yeah.
Dubai Desert Classic?
Yeah.
Ladies Masters,
it's,
as
you
it
know,
was.
Hospitality after you've missed the cut, and then you decide to go and play a few holes. So yeah, I had to re-walk the course just so I could remember it. But the members here are great. They, you know, if you have a bad day, they just pick you up and say, come on, let's go have a game of golf. So Sanjay, thanks for that. It cost me a few gin and tonics.
Yeah, 14th edition this of what is now the Omega Dubai Moonlight Classic. Was the Omega Dubai Ladies Masters. The inaugural tournament back in 2006, a certain Annika Sorenstam won that the first couple of years. Shan Shan Fang dominated, winning the title 4 times. Angel Yin won the last staging in its old format back in 2017, back on the Majlis course. And of course, the men will be back here, I'm sure, in the early part of 2021. Lucas Herbert will be the defending champion. Yeah, stunning views of the marina,
Have you ever been to
Skyline.
the mall and seen those dancing fountains?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's amazing. Every half an hour, the music comes on and the fountains dance to
Different
Arabic
songs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's Arabic songs one half an hour, and then the next half an hour there'll be English songs. It's truly amazing. So this is where it's hard to read, because this putt looks like it breaks right to left, but then there's a bit of grain on it as well. The grain pulls it one way, the slope pulls it the other. So sorry, she's thinking that's left to right, and the grain then pulls it right to left.
To the 17th, where there is a hole-in-one prize on this. The nice watch, as you can see, behind the head of Caroline Headwell, courtesy of our sponsors.
162 yards, and she got the right number.
Oh my goodness me.
Is that in?
No, I think it's hit the top of the flag.
That is in.
Where does it finish, though? I don't know. Oh, it's gone
slam
straight in.
dunk.
Slam dunk. That's incredible.
That'll be the watch, Richard.
Wow, what a moment for Caroline Headwell. Does she know? She's just won herself an Omega Speedmaster 38. Mark me down for a 1. She knows, yeah.
She knows.
Oh, she knows. What time is it? Hole-in-one time.
Yeah, he's saying, did you get that on camera? Yes, we did.
She just birdied the previous hole as well, the par 5 16th. So she's just shot to 3 under par within 2 of the lead.
See the caddy in the ear there saying Christmas is coming up soon, Caroline. I need a watch.
Well, that was good, wasn't it? Because is there a nearest the pin then for the amateurs? Is that why there was something on top of the flag there? I was just trying to work out what that was that fell down.
I've got no idea. I don't think Caroline cares too much.
I mean, that
either.
went straight in on the flag.
It's so unusual to see that, and then to see it stay in as well.
Yeah.
What everyone will know is kind of like back home at the moment, we've all got the bit inside the cup, haven't we?
Yeah.
So you can pick out the ball.
Well, you did until today, of
And then-
course. After
Yeah,
today,
well,
yeah.
other places across the world, I'm sure, are still playing. Anyway, so when I walked the course yesterday, they had them in these cups, and obviously they've taken them out because of it's the professional event. So that would have bounced out with the COVID-19 pins, but now that is straight in there, and it's so unusual for it to stay in.
The bad news for the rest of the field is there's only one watch up for grabs. She's got it now, so any more hole-in-ones, you get an eagle and a pat on the back. Drivable this 13th, maybe not for Minjee Lee. Maybe she can get close.
It's not downwind today, so she's going to have to hit a very good one. She's gone for a bit of a draw.
What is it to the front edge?
270.
She's in good position, but yeah, she's come up shy.
What's interesting with no crowds with the Caroline's hole-in-one, it doesn't get passed around the course. So normally you walk onto that tee and someone says, oh, the watch is already gone and stuff like that. Well, that's not going to happen now. You have to wait until you finish. In fact, you find that with shotgun starts. You never actually know where you are until you finish your round. You never know where you are on the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's going to make... I nearly said it's Sunday again. That's going to make Friday very interesting, isn't it? Because I can't see any leaderboards out there. That's a great part from there.
Watch this break.
Look at that. Great effort from Charlie there at the back of 11.
I
I assume they can look on their phones, can't they?
Yeah, it'll be like normal 2020 rules, how there's been no leaderboards out there. Everyone needs to just look at their phone to see where they lie in the tournament. Most players aren't even looking at their phones. I remember Sophia Popov saying that she didn't look when she won the Women's Open.
Yeah, but the fact you've got to put your score in yourself means that you're kind of forced to look at the phone.
You can afford to look at the phone, but not necessarily the leaderboard.
Right.
So you'd have to click from the app onto the live scoring, which would be clearly a sensible thing to do. Maybe the caddies might take charge of that.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't fancy paying for the day to Roman in Dubai.
I'm sure they've got that sorted.
That is a fabulous two-pot. I can't tell you how much.
So Charlie Hull here on the 12th. We saw Caroline Headwall get a hole-in-one moments ago. Can Charlie follow suit? Looking up and down. Just off the back, that's okay. Hard to see in the night time, the ball reaching the surface. He's got a good chance for a birdie. Now Minjee, long drive down 13. Just gone past, but a good chance for the Australian. All smiles at the moment for her. 4 wins on the LPGA Tour for Minjee. That last one coming last year in Los Angeles. One of the star players playing this week. Lydia Ko as well, who had a good first round of 68. The New Zealander coming back to something like the form of old that saw her win 2 majors in 2015 and 2016. Playing well, her short game and putting looks spot on, and her longer game is definitely improving. Celine Boutier, who is out on the course, just 1 back at the moment, playing some good golf out there. An amazing 9 top 10s already on the LPGA Tour for Celine Boutier. Amazing amateur career as well for her. Nuria Turrios, who won this event last year, obviously having good memories this year as well, shooting a 3 under 69 on day 1. And then Georgia Hall, who won in Portland a few weeks ago, a solid